Hello, or should I say, good day, and welcome to another GTFU race highlights video. This is race 2 from the final round in the Group 4 Chiroccos, and we are at Mount Panorama in Australia. Rene in pole, DP in second. If you haven't seen the first race yet, then check out the highlights video on this channel. So what we're doing here, Rene's out in front, so he's got a good start there. Everyone seems pretty well bunched up. DP nowhere to go but sit on the outside there, which is actually going to be the inside for the corner, so that might actually play in his favour when they get there. B's also making a move on Amy in the background, a few things going on there. DP doesn't manage to make that one stick, so that is Rene, Johnson and Wacky are the top three for the moment as we go up the mountain for the first time. Nose to tail all the way through, but it is only the first lap, and that is, I think that was Amy getting overtaken again. That's Hyde pushing to get past Amy, and there's Mancy there following on. And that is DP is under a lot of pressure. Bees is under pressure from Dangerfield. There's a lot going on here to start with. As we come up onto the top of the mountain for the first time, and then back down on the twisty turny nightmare section that I can never manage to get right. So Mancy and Hyde fighting 8th and 9th there, and that is, ooh, that's Amy going wide, bouncing off the wall, bouncing into Hyde, and back off Hyde, back into the wall, gets herself a penalty, and that's pretty much her race done, I would think, from there on in. So Wacky in third, good result for Wacky that. But we are only on the first lap, there's plenty of incidents and accidents to happen. Rene already pulling out a bit of a gap on the rest of the field. The battle at the moment looks like it's going to be for second between Blaze, DP and Wacky. Wacky making a little move to change the order of that one. But he's got the outside line, he's actually got it round before the braking, did him on the brake. So well done Wacky, out in 7th, and DP is next in line to try and make that overtake on Johnny. Go into the final corner and then on to lap 2. Across the line, and what we're looking at here, so this is Tiggs, and who's behind Tiggs? Oh, Grumpy Grandad is behind Tiggs. Okay, Tiggs taking a lot of grass there on the inside and nearly sliding out wide on the exit, but that kind of sloppiness gives Grumpy Grandad all the excuses he needs to floor it. And get past Tiggs and into the top 9th position there for Grandad, 10th for Tiggs. Tiggs sticking on his inside though, he's determined to get into that corner on the inside there, and he manages to do it. Is he going to get ahead, or can Grandad stick it around the outside? No, Grandad stuck it around the outside. That one is, I think, sorted for the moment, because once you get onto the mountain, very difficult to overtake, so we're going to take a little bit of a skip on. We're going to ride on board with the man of the hour, Bees, championship leader, I think, and master of this track. And who we're looking at that battle with Wacky. Oh, and that's DP. I'm not sure if he got punted or just ran it wide, and Bees is gonna just about squeeze past him there, desperately looking for space, and just managed to find one up in front. We've got Dangerfield and Johnson, I think. Still scrapping it out. They were part of a three-way battle, and they are now got rid of DP. So Bees, oh, is this a replay? I don't know what's happening. This is on to lap 4 now, so this is the lap after that. Mancy all over the back of Bees. Bees desperate to get past Daddy Punterino and buy himself maybe a little bit of space. Can't quite do it there. He's going to stick it in the slipstream, but he's actually lost a bit of time there, so that's Mancy is right on his bumper now. So Mancy has the slip, the roles are reversed. Bees was hoping to get past DP, but he's actually looking like he's going to fall victim to Mancy. They look like they're connected there, don't they? There's nothing between those two cars. But no move happens, does it? Bees runs it a little bit wide. Is that just his line, or was that a mistake? I think it might just be his line. Or maybe it was a mistake that worked out, who knows. So we better have a look at our leader here. It's so much in the clear that we've barely seen Rene. That's Wacky in second, Dangerfield in third, Johnson in fourth, DP in 5th, Bees in 6th, hoping to improve on that, Hyde in 7th. Those two will find out in race 1. Grumpy Grandad 5th, Mancy 6th, I don't know, I've lost track here, Tiggs with a penalty in 10th. So yes, I lost count, but you get the general idea of the order, and Amy at the back with a 1.5 second penalty there. So, Renee out in 3rd. I won't mention the shameful livery again. But I just did, so there you are. So yes, Renee out in front here. Why are we watching this? Is this just to give him some camera time, because he's completely dominating the race? It's the only time we're going to see him. Good job for Wacky as well there in 2nd, hanging on to it, managing to make a big gap. Dangerfield going over the top, so he had trouble round here in the first race. He kept running it a little bit wide onto the grass there, which he manages to avoid this time, because it spun him into the wall last time, so we'll be hoping not to repeat that experience. As we just cruise down the mountain, very close to the walls. It's pretty tight stuff down there. And round the forest elbow and onto the straight. Let's have a little skip forward. We are now on lap 8, and this is Wacky in 2nd. Hoping nothing happens to Wacky, because he's doing quite well, and actually I quite like him, really. I would never tell him that, but he probably just heard it anyway. I don't know what I'm on about now, just going for the show. So B's in 6th, so B's the master of this track. We'll be hoping for a lot better here, but he's actually being pushed pretty hard by Hyde. We saw them in the first race, they were battling all the way, but it was at the front. They are now battling for 6th position, which Hyde has currently taken off B's in fine style into that classic overtaking zone of the brakes there. Yes, they were having a good fight in the first race, but they were a lot higher up the grid, and they'll be hoping to get there for this race as well. But we'll see. It looks like Renee and Wacky have got it pretty well sewn up for the top 2 spots. Was that Hyde there going a little bit wide in that corner, and that gives Bees the run back at him, so they are switching places like some switches. Not think of a suitable simile there. So we're still following them, so there must be more action to come. They are nose to tail on the straight. Hyde is going to go down the inside. B's choosing to stay on his line. He knows the outside line can work there. I think his line is wider than most anyway, but it doesn't work out for him this time, or does it? Does he get the cut back? Certainly trying for it. Go on, B's. Not quite good enough there, so he drops it back, and he'll be following up the mountain, hoping for a mistake, but oh, and there he is, Dangerfield up to his old tricks again. Actually manages to survive it this time, but does lose a position to Johnson Blaze over that one. So yeah, that's we saw him doing that in the first race. Obviously not his favourite corner. We are now on board with him. Looking at the interior of this car, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Doesn't look very comfortable, mind, but I don't think they are supposed to be. Where are we anyway? We're on lap 10, we've got 10 minutes left of this race to go, but there isn't 10 minutes for you to... Oh, and that's, where's that Johnson Blaze going wide? He just managed to pick up that position off Dangerfield, and then he's unfortunately lost it on that first corner up to the mountain section. So we'll stay on board with Dangerfield, shall we? Because it's this pretty cool view of the mountain here. I like to watch it. Nice smooth driving kind of thing, commentator. So, when I think he probably scraped along the wall there, that doesn't do his speed any good. This is the corner he's struggled with. Does he manage it this time? He does not. He's back into the gravel. Just got to let the throttle go, don't put any inputs in, and then that is Johnson Blaze back past him again. It looked like I've actually played the same thing twice there, but I think it was an identical incident, weirdly enough. And this is Bees and Hyde still up to it. This is nearly an hour of battling they've been doing now, if you include the first race, but Bees has got the front position in that one for the moment, which means he's taking all the pressure from Hyde, who is pressing hard on his behind, if you'll pardon the vernacular. So, battle for the final podium position. This one's been switching about a lot as well. This is, oh, he's he's at it again. He's been very lucky not to lose it on there since the first race, but managing to survive it so far. He does pick himself up a penalty though, and the penalty zone on this track is in a bit of a horrible place. So let's have a look. I think we're looking through the field here. So we've got Chloe and Amy, sorry, in 10th, and Tiggs in 11th. Didn't see Tiggs there. Yeah, Amy in 10th. Happen here? No, all good. Tiggs in 11th. Not sure why we're watching this, but I must have deemed it valuable at some point. We'll have a look at the front of the pack as well, shall we? We'll have a look at Renee and Wacky, because they are out on their own. Maybe that's why I was showing the back, just to give them a bit of camera time, because I like to show everyone. So we haven't seen much of these two either, and they're leading the race. Actually looks like Wacky is picking up some ground on him here. We could have a bit of a race on our hands towards the end. And this is Hyde and Beast still fighting away. Lap 13, only 2 minutes of the race left. Hyde's got himself a penalty though, so I think that's probably that one done and dusted. In fact, Hyde might even lose a place to Mancy there. He's doing some interesting moves there up the straight, just warming his tyres or shaking off his frustration, who knows. It's not going to let the penalty stop him pressuring Bees into making some mistakes, so that's a good battle plan, is that. And we are here now on the final lap. This is the battle for the final podium spot. We've been following it throughout, and it's been back and forth. Johnson there at the moment as they go up the mountain, and there's DP riding on the curb. Anything going to happen here? Yes, it is. Johnson is going to go wide, and he's going to give it back to Dangerfield. This has been an overtaking battle that has occurred entirely based on mistakes from the drivers. So whenever one of them gets in front, he makes a mistake, and the other gets past. Let's see, Dangerfield hopefully manages to get around that corner at the top of the mountain, because he's fluffed that one up a couple of times now. So Hyde and Bees. Hyde's still not giving Bees a lot of space, but why shouldn't they? Are racing after all, and we'll be hoping for a mistake. Unfortunately, yep, Mancy has also picked up a penalty, so that was his position from Hyde. He would have got it, but he's not going to get it now. So it looks like Dangerfield and Johnson are all sorted out. Hyde, oh no, is this the final move now? Yep, here's Dangerfield hit the wall on the Forest Elbow, and that's going to give Johnson the podium. This has been a real battle for the podium here. Is he going to make it stick? Is he going to hang on to it? Dangerfield dives into the slipstream, dives out again, onto the grass there. Not sure where to go. Manages to choose the inside line, but doesn't kind of make it stick, doesn't push it too hard. Well fought, you two. That was an excellent racing. And we are going to watch the top two coming in. Well done, gentlemen. That's Renee and Wacky, first and second. And then who was next? So that was Johnson was next, Dangerfield, Johnson, Dangerfield. That was a good battle as well. DP had a fairly lonely race once he'd shaken that initial few laps off. Bees in 6th, that's disappointing for him. Hyde in 7th, then Mancy, and then Grumpy Grandad and Chloe, and presumably Tiggs following up at the rear there. Oh, excuse me. I will try and put the championship scores on the screen in the future, but for now I will just tell you that Bees did in fact win the championship. We'll be starting a new championship soon. Thank you for watching.